In today's video, we're diving into some important improvement for the Canon C400 with the firmware version 1.0.1.1. From boosting autofocus at high frame rates to refining focus control. These updates may just make the Canon C400 unstoppable. Let's unpack the new features that Canon promised. Before you enjoy those new features, let's first get your Canon C400 updated to the latest firmware, the version 1.0.1.1. So here, how you do it step by step. First and foremost, I will show you the 3 key issues that are currently in the Canon C400 with this firmware version. The first issue that Canon is improving is the inability to have autofocus when you're shooting at 100 or 120 frames per second. So I'm going to show you in the current firmware how it is. So I'm going to go into my menu. Here I'm in the menu and I'm going to go to select recording mode. And in the recording mode, I'm going to select slow and fast. Here I select slow and fast. And I select 100 frames per second. All right. And I'm going to come up with that. And let's go and try to select autofocus. So I'm here where I'm going to find, okay, so here where's the autofocus are. You can see all the autofocus continuing AF is grayed out. So it means that if you're recording 100 frames per second, if you're in the UK and Europe, or 120 frames per second, if you're in US, you're not able to use AF mode autofocus. You just have to use manual focus. That's when you're shooting in 100 frames per second or 120 frames per second. But if you're shooting something lower than that, then that will be fine. I'm going to show you that too. So let's say I'm going to go back into my recording mode. I'm in here in my recording mode, and I'm going to change the frame rate. So let's say we select 60. Let's say I select 60. All right, I'm here in Europe, so let me just select 50. If you're in the US, you select 60. And I'm going to go, no, let me better select 75. Let use 75. So I'm going to go back, and let's see if we are able to have autofocus. All right, autofocus still grays out. So, but let's now select something lower than 75. So I'm going to go back and let's select 60. Yeah. Let's select 60. And we go back again. And let's see if we can get autofocus. You can see we can get autofocus. So anything from 1 frame per second to 60 or below 75. If in the US below 72, then you can get autofocus. But anything between 75 and 100, you're not able to have autofocus. So that's one issue that Canon wanna improve with that new firmware. Right. Second issue. What is the second issue? The second issue that in the current firmware, you're not able to select subject detect function. Right now, we're shooting 60 frames per second. So I have continuous autofocus and I have subject detect as well. So I can choose people or animal or none. All right. So let me go and change the frame rate. So let's go and change the frame rate. Let's now choose a frame rate of 75. All right. In the US, it will be 72. So we go back and let's try to get autofocus. You see, autofocus is grays out, and also subject detect is grays out. So that is the second issue that Canon want to improve with this firmware. The third issue that Canon tried to address is the default focus ring responses. In the current firmware, it sort of varies from rotation speed. Let me show you in the menu quickly. Okay, so here we are. As you can see, in the current firmware that I have now, the focus ring response is set to varies with response rotation. And that is the default one. And Canon want to make it so that, automatically or in a default mode, it's set to link to rotation degree. this one instead of you going every time to try to change it. That's a tricky issue that Canon tried to address with that new firmware. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to update my Canon C400 to the latest firmware, the version 1.0.1.1, and then I'm going to test it again to see how those improvements change the Canon C400 with the latest firmware. So before you enjoy your Canon C400 with that improvement, let's first update it to the latest firmware. All right, you're ready? Get your C400 and follow along. Step number 0. If you already set up your Canon C400 with your menus, your setup, system setup, and custom setup, it is important for you to save them into the SD card so that after updating to the latest firmware, you can load them back. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's go to the menu. And here I'm in the menu, and let's go to the system setup. System setup. And let's go here where we say transfer menu. So in transfer menu, you click and where it says save, and you save, and then you select to camera or to SD card. Let's save SD card. Override and save data. Override and save data. So press OK. Process complete. That's it. We come out of that. And here we come up. So now all your custom setup or custom setting that or menu setup that you have are saved into the SD card. So after updating, you load them back into the camera with the same process. You go there and where it say load, and you press load, you press from SD card, and you press OK. Step number 1. Let's head to Canon C400 support page where we can find the file where we can download the firmware version 1.0.1.1. Do not worry. I left the link of the download page in the description below, so you can click there and you can follow along. So here we are, Canon Digital Cinema Camera EOS C400 firmware version 1.0.1.1 Mac. So what are we gonna do? I'm just gonna download the firmware. So here's the big blue ball button that we're gonna press. So I'm gonna continue. And now it's downloading. So I'm gonna insert the card into my computer so that I can upload the file in here. Okay, now I'm gonna copy the file from my computer to the SD card. First and foremost, I need to extract the firmware file from the DMG folder. So here is the file, where is a .fir. It's really important you copy it to the root directory of the card, no other folder, just straight away to the root directory. So I'll copy here, right at the root directory. That is done, it's copied. Now I'm gonna eject the SD card. Now I have the SD card in my hand, I'm gonna put it on the C400. The next step is important, so that's when we're gonna be starting updating to the latest firmware. So we're gonna go back to the menu. So let me go to the menu. So here I'm in the menu, and in the menu, let's go into system setup. Here I'm in the system setup. In the system setup, let's go into tab number 11. So here I'm in the tab number 11, and let's select firmware. And I press OK. And here, the current version of the firmware that we have, 1.0.0.1. So that's what we're gonna select, and we press OK. And now it gives you that option. You see? That's the option that we now. So now we are in a position to update to the latest firmware. So I said, update the firmware. Yes, is a question asking us. Version 1.0.0.1 to version 1.0.1.1. And we need to select OK. So from now, we just press OK. I did not realize with the C400 as well, when it's updating, you don't have the image on the Ninja. So I'm gonna try to show you what I can see from the camera screen. All right, it's now updated to the latest firmware. So we're gonna set up the camera quickly. So set. Okay. Here you see firmware updated 1.0.1.1. Okay. Right. We are happy. We're updated to the latest firmware. We're gonna press OK now. To make sure, we're gonna go back into the menu and check from the menu system setup. So here I'm in the menu. I'm gonna go into system setup and go to tab number 11. And then we check the firmware. Here it is, camera 1.0.1.1. So that's the latest firmware. So we come out of that. Excellent. The C400 is updated to the latest firmware version 1.0.1.1. 3 key improvements. We checked it before we updated. We upgraded to the latest firmware. So now we're going to go back and check it again if the improvement has been implemented. So first point you understand is that on slow and fast, we don't have autofocus when we have 100 or 120 frames per second as a frame rate. So here we are. So let's go into the menu. So here I am in the menu. And first and foremost, let me show you that I selected 100 frames per second. Let's go into recording mode. So here I'm in a recording mode. You can see slow and fast. You can see frame rate is 100. So I'm going to go back into autofocus. So here we are in autofocus. You can see here I am in autofocus. Continuous AF enabled. Before that was grays out, right? Massive difference. So now we can select or we can disable. All right. We have it. We have all area. We are ever speed responsive, and all those things are available, are enabled for us to select at any time. Let us start with the autofocus upgrade. Canon now enable AF when shooting in slow and fast mode at 100 or 120 frames per second. A big deal for anyone capturing high-speed action or cinematic slow motion. With this update, the C400 promises a more seamless experience with this demanding shot. The results speak for themselves. Fast, reliable autofocus even at high frame rates. It is smooth, responsive, and a major improvement for any high-speed shooter. That is the first issue that Canon has resolved with the new firmware 1.0.1.1. So the second issue that we also look at it with the previous firmware is the subject detect function, which is not enabled when we're selecting slow and fast and in 100 frame rate per second. So now we updated to the latest firmware, and Canon promised that this is going to be resolved. Let's go into the menu and check it. We are shooting slow and fast, 100 frames per second. Are we going to have the ability to select subject detect function enabled or not? Are we going to have it enabled for us for selection? So let's go into the menu. So here I'm in a menu. I'm already in a continuous AF. Next page where we have subject detect function now is enabled. So we can select, let me show you. I can select people, animal, or none. For now, I'm just gonna keep it to people. And subject detect AF. Also, we can detect priority or detect only. I don't know much of the difference. I'm gonna put it to test and I'm gonna let you know. If you're not subscribed to my channel yet, do subscribe so that you don't miss that. Next, eye detections enable, and also face detection AE off. Frankly speaking, I don't know what is that face detection AEF. I'm not sure if I had that on the C70, but I will find that I have the manual, user manual. I'm going to read it. I'm start reading it. When I'm going to come to the page of the AF, I'm going to understand what is that and what it does. And then if I need to make a video about it, I'm going to make a video. So again, if you're not subscribed to my channel, do subscribe. Right, so that's face detect. Everything is in place. That's the second improvement. The second improvement brings Canon subject detection feature into slow and fast shooting at between 72 to 120 frames per second. This means the C400 can now lock into subject in real time while capturing slow motion. Great for keeping up with unpredictable movement and busy scenes. It is a feature that makes a real difference. Whether capturing a bustling street scenes or tracking a fast-moving subject, the C400 locks in and holds focus even at a slower frame rate. And the third and last improvement is in relationship to focus ring, right? So let's go into where we can find it. While we're still in the menu, and let's go to system setup. I think it's a system setup where we have it. So here I'm in a system setup, and no that. Here I am in system setup. So let me go. I think is somewhere here. Yes, here it is. So focus ring operation enabled during AF. Yes. Focus ring direction normal. And here it is, focus ring response linked to rotation degree. Remember before one, the default one was this one, varies with rotation speed. Now you can see as soon that we turn the camera on, is on the link to rotation degree. Now I put them side by side. You can see the previous version and also the new version. With this update, manual focusing feels natural and reliable. It is precise and predictable and allows for smooth control, making it ideal for video work where precision is key. And that's what Canon has changed to improve the Canon C400. Fantastic. So those are three key improvements that Canon has put forward. So firmware version 1.0.1.1 isn't just a minor upgrade. It is a thoughtful improvement that makes the Canon C400 more capable and more reliable. From a smooth, high-speed autofocus to smarter subject detections and improved focus handling. If you are a C400 user, this update is a must. Thanks for joining me as we put this feature to the test. Until next time, keep creating.